Okay, here's my first aid kit. It's a backpack, it clips, and it has a drawstring to open. I put the smaller items in a bag. So I have my Band-Aids, different sizes. These can help with small cuts if there's small bleeding to the cuts. Also to help children mentally with cuts. That helps a lot. And then I have the low-dose chewable aspirin for relieving pain. My marker, which could be used to write down people's information if you need it, or to write how long the tourniquet has been on. I also have my lighter if we were to need to start a fire for warmth or something along those lines. I have my flashlight for in the dark purposes. Looking for items, looking for things to use to help someone or to find people, checking the scene for safety, that could all be used for. I have my safety pins, which you can use to tie pieces of cloth down clip pieces of cloth down if you were to use it as a tourniquet, or putting it around someone, or patching them up, or along those lines. I also have my tweezers, could be used for splinters. One of my extra credit items I have are pliers. They are miniature, they fold up as well. I have them out because they're kind of hard to open. I use this for fishing hooks so that you could cut the edge of the fishing hook off if it were to go into someone's skin, and it'll be easier to pull out. Also, one thing I liked about this mini plier set is that it also has other tools. So it has like a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips, a small knife, a file, so those can also come in handy for many other things. Okay, the next extra credit item that I have are bandanas. This can be used to tie a tourniquet or create a sling. It also could be used to pack a wound, so it's just nice to have extra rags in there. Speaking of rags, I also bought an extra rag just in case I needed something else to pack a wound if the bandanas were to be. The next extra credit item I have is my sling. It could be adjustable to different sizes. This can be used if someone were to break an arm and they need to be transported without hurting themselves more, or if a shoulder were to be dislocated. It's good for transporting. Okay, the next item I have are pencils. So the reason I got these were to be used with the bandanas. If I were to need to make a tourniquet, they can be used as the little turning thing. So I made sure to get some of those. I also have scissors if you're to need to cut gauze, cut shirts, anything, to patch people up, pack wounds. I got gloves. There are 10 in here. Is stuffed full. These are to help not contaminate and to keep yourself safe from what other people might have. Along with that, I also bought masks. I got kid masks because the bigger ones don't fit as well on me. But these can be used when you're helping other people if they're sick or you're sick and you don't want to contaminate anything or get anyone else sick. Those are very helpful. Also have a whistle if you're to need to get someone else's help in a situation or they're far away. Another extra credit item I have is Elmer's glue. So these can be used well for splinters, and I got this because my boyfriend does hockey, and if you know anything about hockey sticks, they have fibers in it, like splinter fibers. It's weird, but if the stick were to get worn down or used or broken, those fibers are exposed and it could be very easily stuck. They're hard to get out, but Elmer's glue helps get splinters out. I also have an ace bandage if you were to need to wrap it on someone to transport them somewhere or to hold down items that you might have packed in their wound, as well as adhesive tape. This can be well if you did pack a wound with gauze and you need to tape it down, or they had an item, something sticking out of them. You can pack around it and tape this to their skin so that the items, so that their wound stays packed. The next thing I have is a baggie full of other baggies. So I have my trash bag, and then I have 4 bags, 5 if you consider the one that it's holding. Next I have hand sanitizer. I have 2 just in case. I also have my emergency blanket. This can be used in situations where you might be stuck in, let's say, the woods out hiking. You lose cell phone service and you need a blanket to stay warm. Also, I forgot to say the uses for this. Let's say someone lost their finger. You could put their finger in the bag and then put it on ice so they could possibly get their finger back when they go to the ER. Next, I have my CPR mask. Thought it was just a great idea to keep this in there just in case I needed to give CPR to adults, children. Okay, the next thing I have is the instant ice pack. There are 2 in here. 2 of those in there. Those can be used if someone were to injure themselves, maybe not break something, but strain or sprain something, they could put ice on their injury. I also have wipes if you were to need to wipe down a person to help them if they're bleeding like crazy. Yes, there are those. And then I also have gauze pads. So I have 10 of these. I'll spread them out. There are those. And then I also have 2 roller gauze. And again, these can be used, both of these can be used to pack wounds and just to get people transported to the ER. And then of course, that's not gonna help them much longer. And that is it.